You're listening to Not the Sermon with Eric and Jamie.
Yeah.
No.
It's good to hear Phoenix's voice.
I know.
Like, I closed my eyes and listened. It was like he was here.
Yeah. Without the noise, the extra noise that accompanied him all the time.
Yeah. Or Nephilim.
So we're back. Welcome to Not the Sermon. This is the perfect blend of comedy and theology. If you're tuning in for the first time, thank you so much. And if you're tuning in for the second time, welcome back.
Welcome back. We're glad to not see you again.
The perfect.
But you can see us on Patreon. If you go to Not the Sermon, patreon.com/Not the Sermon, join our deacons or elders board. Your donation helps keep the podcast alive, and you get some behind the scenes looks at.
Yeah, but we still can't see them.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe
that would be cool, though.
They could send us a video.
That's true. Send us a video of you guys listening to us.
Yeah.
It'd
be like an Inception thing.
Dude, what if we got
video within a video?
We got like everybody send us video, like hour-long videos of them watching. We just set up iPads in here and just like
maybe just a short clip.
Had them going. Oh, I know what my shooting is.
Okay. All right. Shooting the Skybalon is our opening segment,
my Skybalon.
where we just shoot the breeze. Skybalon in Greek is dung, and so you want to sing a song?
Shooting the Skybalon. I'll take a solo.
Okay.
Hope it don't last too long. I have to mow my lawn.
Yes, you do.
Shooting the Skybalon. Yeah.
I like that. We'd never done the mow my lawn, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm sure we have.
I change the words every time in my head.
Well, that's
the point.
That's the gag, yeah.
So here's shooting the Skybalon. Skybalon's the Greek word for dung in the New Testament. So we're just shooting the breeze here, talking about what's going on. And boy, did the Lord give me a ram in the bush this week.
Okay.
I got a ram in the bush, son.
Thicket.
Okay.
Yeah, ram in the thicket.
The Lord will provide.
I was up in the attic doing associate pastor stuff.
Yes.
And I was looking and peeking from behind one of the very back rafters.
I know.
I saw a face.
Yeah.
And I said, Sir, do you need any assistance? Stay calm. I'm the associate pastor. I can help you. And he didn't respond. Mm-hmm. And so I approached thinking I might find a dead body.
And he was holding something in his hand.
He was holding something. It looked like something that had gone horribly wrong until I unfolded the situation, literally, and found out it was a life-size cutout in pristine condition of Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter.
Yes. And he was holding
a crocodile.
Yes.
And so it obviously it was dated 2001, so I'm assuming there was some crocodile hunter Animal Planet VBS.
Definitely. There was we actually had a dude come out and bring like a boa constrictor.
There you go.
So all the kids could.
Did you say
it.
crikey?
Oh, dude, I've been talking to him.
Where did you put him?
In my office.
Yes, that's where he belongs.
He's in my office, but he's around the corner.
Yes.
And so everybody that walks in goes,
Yeah. You walk in and then you can just see something to your left, just out of frame.
Man, the Lord looks out for his anointed.
That's awesome.
I want one now.
Dude, you'll have to see it afterwards. It is epic. I'm so happy. People are coming in. It has caused quite the stir around town. People are coming into the office to see the primo Steve Irwin cardboard cutout.
You should start selling prayer things for it.
Dude.
So it's bringing people into the church.
It's bringing people.
Evangelistic tool.
It's evangelizing, just like it was originally meant to do for VBS.
Oh, sure.
Man, people are coming and they're saying, Eric, your office is complete. And I agree. So I'm in a happy place right now.
Even in death, Steve Irwin is making people happy.
Dude, what a saint. Why is he not, like, what do they call that? Not deified, saintonized, sanitized?
I think none of those. This is 100% not.
When they make someone a saint?
Yes, they think they say make you a saint.
Yeah, but why has he have not been made a saint?
I think in Australia,
he is. Yeah, he is. Next to Kangaroo Jack.
So have you seen, I've never seen Dancing with the Stars, but my family was watching it.
His son and daughter, I think.
Yeah. Well,
or no, his son and his wife.
I saw the son.
Yeah.
The son danced, and he was so much fun. Like, I wanted to be his friend.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how much of an impact Steve Irwin made on a generation?
Yeah.
That the world has collectively decided to take care of his family.
Yeah.
They have never not been taken care of. care of, right? Like they've always had like guest appearances, guest spots, Dancing with the Stars, social media. It's like we were like, look, your dad raised us. Like when mom and dad went to the grocery store and you were left at the house and you turned on Animal Planet.
There he was.
Your dad was our babysitter.
Yep. And I'm now deathly afraid of stingrays.
Yes.
So that's a plus.
But not crocodiles.
But not crocodiles. No, man.
Because you can go wrestle them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's taught me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all those times you're going to come in contact with a crocodile.
Hey, there's a small...
You don't know how to do your taxes, but you know how to handle a croc if one shows up.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Some things are just important.
Yeah.
For sure. I just remember alligators,
important.
because listener, we're in the deep South, and so we have alligators down here. And I've seen them, obviously, in lakes, but I've never interacted with one. I think I was on a golf course once, and one was walking to like the next watering hole. That was maybe the closest in the wild I'd been to one. But do y'all know what to do if an alligator starts
zigzag,
or just start trying to hit it with a golf ball?
Well,
if you're on the golf course and he's walking
too, I guess.
The zigzag thing, I think that's probably the equivalent to like the nuclear bomb drill, like when you like just get under your desk.
Or like if you see a bear just fall down and play dead. I feel like the bears came up with that.
Yeah, has anybody seen Revenant?
Yeah, I feel that the alligators came up. Okay, just tell them to walk in a zigzag pattern.
Yeah,
we can't handle that.
We got little legs.
When in reality, that's like the best way for them to catch us.
I was driving to work one morning with my dad in Tallahassee super early, and we lived in this sort of swampy, or didn't live. The office was in this swampy area surrounded by ponds and wetlands right there in Tallahassee. Yeah, and we're driving. It's 4:00 in the morning. There is an alligator whose length goes across the 2 lanes. Wow. So it's like, almost 2 lanes. So he's at least, what is a lane, 8 foot or something like that. So he's at least 12 to 14 foot.
Wow.
We pull feet, foot, whatever.
Foot is singular.
Look, nope, stop. We're in the South.
Okay.
So anyway, we pull up on him and we're like, we're going to see if he moves.
Yeah.
He doesn't move. Yeah. And so I get out and look at him like, holy cow, this is a dinosaur. It's huge. So my dad inches forward. The thing turns around, bites the bumper of his truck like really hard.
Really?
And it leaves the scratches like teeth marks and then dives into the swamp, into the ditch.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yep. So
I feel like
thanks, Steve, for teaching me not to approach.
Yeah.
Have you ever come in contact with an alligator?
No,
Alex?
I have not.
Because you'd get eaten.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'm kind of buoyant, so like they like to dive and do the roll,
and they twist. Yeah, they do the death roll thing.
Yeah, they'd be like trying to like when you try, like if you were a kid, you ever tried to get the beach ball in the pool underwater?
Yeah,
and it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
like I'm that guy that like I would try to gouge eyes. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's what the dude from who lost the hand? What was his name? Happy Gilmore.
Chubbs.
That's what Chubbs did, dude. He lost his hands.
Like I would probably lose.
I've heard that you're supposed to hit him in the nose, or is that sharks?
It's sharks. The nose is sharks, but the gators. What I understand is like their mouths once they're closed, that it's hard for them to open up. Like you could just kind of. Not a whole lot of pressure keeps their mouth closed.
Yeah.
Which is,
here's
a
what
metaphor
I think.
in there somewhere for life. But
when I first heard that if a shark attacks you, hit it in the nose, I thought that's so close to the mouth.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can see myself going to punch the nose.
Slow motion because you're in water.
Yeah.
So you're like,
it's like a dream. It's like in your dream when you can't ever punch.
This dude's going 90 miles an hour and you're like,
you're shooting for the nose. Like half an inch below that, you're in teeth.
Yeah. And how about all the people that tried to convince us that sharks don't want to eat you?
Yeah. They're good, guys.
Look, if they eat you, it's a mistake. I'm like, which means they're capable of eating me. I don't care if it's an accident. Well, I'm still eating.
They give you this random stat that's like, only X amount of people are eaten by sharks or whatever, And
more people are killed by vending machines.
Right, but then I'm like, they're coming up to where we are. It's not because we're going to them. Like they don't attack you when you're
a couple years ago. My last summer camp. There was 2 weeks before I took the kids to the beach. Yeah. There was a string of shark attacks
I sent you
right where we were going.
I remember you were nervous about it, and then I sent you like some more. You're like, thanks, dude.
Yeah, I sent out like a text to the parents. I'm like, look, I've already put the deposit down. we're going. I'll keep them safe. But but we had like people out there scoping, and it was so recent that there was so many like marine biologists and stuff. There were drones flying everywhere. In fact, you knew when there was a shark because there'd always be a drone following it, and so we actually saw drones following sharks near where we were at. But thankfully, didn't lose anyone. So, anyways, that's stay away from predators, I guess.
Give me a pool any day.
Is that the takeaway? Stay away from predators?
Yeah.
Okay, of all kinds.
Thank you, Steve Irwin.
We just had a really important meeting with Alex, our producer, our video editor.
Producer Alex, not the pastor.
About switching.
He's switching on the cameras.
He was a little bit shocked to hear again that his job requires him to switch the camera angles.
I asked him, I was like, "Hey, did you switch it all that first segment?" He was like, "Yeah." Did I?
Now it's going to be like boop.
No, now he's playing tennis with the cameras. He's just
All right, so we are moving into our next segment called Houston.
Houston, we have a question.
Houston, we have a question, which is a segment where we hear from you guys, and we love your questions. And so if you ever have a question about faith, culture, theology, whatever it may be, send it to us at notthesermon@gmail.com, and we'll get to it eventually.
And we have several questions waiting in the wings.
Yeah, we have a couple questions in the bank, so don't worry.
We'll get to you.
We'll get to you. But
unless it's a bad question, then we ignore you.
Well, we'll just skip it. But
and you will have a much better opportunity of your question getting on air if it's clever.
Remember when they used to tell you there's no bad questions?
Yeah, that's not true.
I agree.
Yeah, right after they told you to punch a shark in the nose, they would tell you there's no bad questions. But this question is actually a really good question. It comes from one of our listeners, and he essentially asks us, because there was a segment that we did a couple weeks ago that apparently we were getting real close to that comedic line.
I believe he referenced the Greek word for faith, which is pistis.
Pistis.
And there was a couple of
endless euphemisms.
Yeah. There were some
guilty.
Yeah, no, Alex, you had a really good one. Your sister Madison was with us that episode.
Well, she gets a pass because she's not a regular.
Yeah, but
right?
hers was my favorite.
Yeah.
But it was maybe up to the line.
Yeah. So we get a little close to the line sometimes, and this question is basically: do we ever get pushback or flack from some of our comments or jokes or subject matters on the podcast?
Oh boy, do we?
Oh boy, do we?
I do not.
Alex does not.
Not the pastor.
Yeah, you're not the pastor.
They no access to any of
that. They expect that kind of behavior.
And they know you wouldn't care anyway.
I would not.
Yeah. So I guess to answer that question real briefly is yes, we absolutely do. Now, it's not like a constant thing where it's like every week there's something wrong. But I would say, a couple times per season is fair.
We'll get an email or someone will text me and like, hey, what did you mean by that?
Yeah.
Or, did you mean to say this? And I'm like, I didn't say that. So, of course, no, I didn't mean to say that.
And that's always the issue. Like when we look at some of the pushback that we get, what we're getting is usually not what we said. Right? It's an assumption that was made based on a small snippet of the podcast. Maybe it was a phrase, maybe it was I would say a well-timed joke. And then all of a sudden, once that feeling of offense or whatever sets in, it's almost as if the entire context of the whole conversation is lost.
Yeah.
And so
and the truth is as pastors, we sometimes struggle to know where the line is. I mean, this is a comedy and theology podcast. Most podcasts, they're interviewing people. They're asking other people questions.
They're talking about their sermon.
Right. Or they're talking about their sermon. And we are trying to do a variety podcast. It's a variety show, different segments. It's intended to be funny. Not everyone has the same sense of humor. So, of course, there are going to be some people don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Some people, are easily offended by certain things. And we try to be mindful.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like there are people at different stages. They have different expectations. Yeah. I was talking to Sierra recently just about a more current flack that we received over something.
You mean you received?
That I received over something. And, it's difficult because here's the thing, and this is what I told her. There is no other church or ministry position that I'm aware of where I or you could dance as close to that line as we do at times.
Yeah, we do.
We have a very unique environment.
Yeah.
And that environment is fueled by sort of a sense of levity, I would say humility, not taking ourselves so seriously.
Right.
And one of the best compliments that we get, at least from my perspective, is the people that reach out to us, both the ones that we know and many that we don't know, that say it's really cool to see a group of pastors who just seem authentic and are really just saying what everybody else is thinking. Now, does that mean we don't have lines? No, we definitely. There are certain places that me and you have talked intentionally about not going or not crossing that line, or we've even let a couple things go and had to go back and edit at times.
Right.
But ultimately, we're providing a very unique, dare I say, service, but we're providing something very unique. This opportunity, content, where we are merging for, I won't say the first time ever, but I haven't found very many podcasts or content creators that do this, merging real, genuine comedy with theology, faith, and culture.
Right.
Not trying to be funny Christians or Christians who are funny, but really just kind of intermingling the whole thing. And, at times, do we get a little bit closer? Do we maybe inch over that line? Absolutely.
Sure.
But that's a part of the comedic process.
It is. And I, do we need to be, are pastors held to a different standard of behavior? We are.
Sure.
But at the same time, like the pearl clutching that happens sometimes when someone's like, "Oh, I can't believe you riffed on the Greek word for faith." I mean, which I didn't hear anything about that, but like I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like people are being a little bit disingenuous when they stay up all night binging Netflix and Prime and HBO and Paramount and Peacock, and there's all sorts of language, there's all sorts of content, and they're like, well, that's just what's out there. And then they hear something remotely close to a line, and they're like, I can't believe you. It's like, dude, you listen to all sorts of stuff all the time. Don't come at me. And like, admittedly, it's a hard thing. It's not easy to toe that line that we have to do between, being respectable and holding, this position of authority, of spiritual authority, while also trying to be funny. But it's, I don't know, man. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever, over the last 100+ episodes since we've been doing this, have you ever seriously considered quitting the podcast because of this content issue of like, am I damaging my ability to minister?
Oh, dude, you know the answer to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I absolutely have, because it's one of those things where, especially just the place that I'm at, like I'm in the in between. I'm not the boy youth pastor anymore. I'm not quite that sort of mature figure of the faith. I'm somewhere in the middle. And so I do have this feeling where I'm like, how much of this is inhibiting my ability to be that trusted spiritual authority?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm reminded that God knows who I am.
Right.
And He's the one that created me. And Jesus is the one that said, you take in a camel and you strain out a gnat. And that was a poop joke.
It's funny.
But yeah, to answer it honestly, I have. I'm like, is it worth it? Because, it's hard. There is no immediate payoff for doing this, right? Like this isn't monetized necessarily.
No.
We're not getting invited to do big shows. We're not able to really increase our own personal voice or influence through the podcast. So most of the
you just talked me out of this podcast right now. Okay, just hit the button. Let's just do this.
I don't mean to do that, but you get what I'm saying. But here's what keeps me going, because I had to find this, because there's been a couple. I mean, we've talked about. There's been a couple times. Usually, it's almost always me. It's always something I say.
Yeah, I feel like because I'm a lead pastor, people do give me more benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but and true, and that's fine. But can you spare some?
But I've gotten some comments too.
But here's what I had to convince myself, really the beginning of season 2, because season 1 was pretty heavy with some of that stuff, and season 2 and 3, or I don't even know what season we're in right now.
We're in 3.
So I've always dealt with this, because it seems like the flack always comes back on something I've said.
Yeah, sure.
But here's my payoff. There are people, and not even people internationally. I love our international listeners and the listeners that are, domestic amongst the different states. You guys rock. But the people that I talk to in our church, who I will never have the opportunity to take out to lunch, they'll stop me and say, dude, this is going to be weird, but I feel like I know you.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I like that. Yeah. And they feel like they know me and they like me. Yeah. And that gives we have a connection. So to answer your question, yes, but there is a real payoff that I'm willing to, kind of stand on principle and say, hey, there are going to be some people that think we cross the line, but what far outweighs that are the people who genuinely feel connected to a pastor for the first time, and find out that their pastors kind of think sort of how they do. So.
Yeah. I remember. What you got? Something else?
Well, one of the things, like, we're not comedians. Right.
Speak for yourself.
No, you're not a comedian. You're just funny.
Hey,
like, you're just funny. You're you. And so what happens is the veil, the curtain gets opened.
Yeah.
Right. This is the curtain opening.
Yeah.
And this is you guys just being yourself.
Right.
Like, do you pre-produce it? Yeah. We come up with subjects but you guys constantly are like, let's don't talk about it here. Let's just go there and see.
Right. Yeah.
Because we want it to be natural. We want it to be us. We don't want it to be produced. And so there's a level of that's it's very accepted. Like it's I love it. Like I love listening to people that are just real. Yeah. Because I can relate to that. And if I don't want produced, I don't want a show, I don't want those things. So you guys I guess I say we. The show provides a look into who you really are. Yeah. And
who, honestly, a lot of pastors are, but they're not letting
But they're afraid.
Or maybe they're not.
They are afraid because of the blowback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly right. So people say out of one side of their mouth, they want pastors to be genuine. Oh, yeah. And then out of the other side, when they say anything that they might disagree with or think, oh, that's a little close to the line, they don't like that. Yeah. Well, which one? You can't have both at the same time.
And we'll close with this. Let me ask you this question, Jamie. So because this isn't just, because you're right, Alex, it really is, the podcast has always been a veil into who we are. Yeah. And ultimately some people like it and some people don't. That's what kind of makes the criticism hurt more. Yeah. Because you are being my sermon is curated.
You're right.
The podcast is not.
Right.
And so so when people don't like what happens on the podcast, it's kind of like, you don't like me?
Right.
So as a pastor you are really responsible for having developed not just the podcast culture, but the culture of the pastoral team, the leadership, as being candid, as being authentic, as being real. That doesn't always mean perfect. Doesn't mean that we also don't take responsibility for when we do cross the line. But as someone who is responsible for developing this overall culture at the church, what's your advice for someone who does struggle with that sort of rawness coming from their pastor, someone that's supposed to be like, the guy in the cleric outfit or whatever?
Yeah. I would just encourage the person, if you listen to us or you listen to someone else and you think, wow, should a pastor say that? Remember, we are more than our title. We are more than our calling.
I'm a man too.
We have given ourselves.
I'm a real boy.
We've given ourselves to our calling, right? And our whole lives, our livelihood, everything is tied up in our desire to teach the word, love people, and serve the community around us. But at the same time, we are actual people. We have likes and dislikes. We have wants and desires, and we have senses of humor that may be different. And we want to be a blessing to people around us, but you can't make everyone happy. There's no way. And so when I became the lead pastor here, I was 35. And I was like, Lord, are you sure? You know me.
Dude, I ask that question every morning.
Like, you know me. And I heard the Lord tell me two things. These were my two rules becoming a lead pastor. One, always be yourself. Yeah. Two, don't ever chase after people, especially if they have money.
Yeah.
Those are the two rules that the Lord gave me, and the implication was everything else you'll figure out.
Yeah.
And I've been tempted and at times have broken both of those.
Yeah.
And they've always come back to bite me.
So especially if you broke, stay out of our inbox. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite.
For you.
Don't pursue people because of what they have, right?
That's good.
And so yeah, that's what I try to live by. And that's why they call me the plaid pastor, right? What I wear during the week is what I wear Sunday mornings. And that's not for everyone, and that's okay. There are lots of churches.
news, everyone.
Odd news.
Odd news. We're moving into a segment that we call Odd News, where we take a very real article from space and time and read it on the podcast.
Space and time.
Not an even article.
Space, time, and matter, the holy trinity of science.
Not even news, but odd news.
So here is the news, and this comes fresh off the press from Australia.
Crikey!
And
we got a lot of Australia this episode.
Yeah, got a little Steve Irwin. Irwin. Let me say, Steve Irwin would not approve of this next headline here.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Oh, there was something else on the Barbie, Alex. So it says diner caught. So someone who was eating at a diner caught on CCTV planting his own armpit hair in a meal to avoid paying a bill at a Melbourne restaurant. So
that's amazing.
So a diner at an upscale Melbourne restaurant was caught sprinkling his own armpit hair into his steak dinner in an apparent attempt to dodge footing the €300 bill or whatever Australian dollar bill. CCTV captured the diner pulling hair from both armpits and apparently comparing them before carefully placing a strand onto his plate at the Pony Dining the Rocks restaurant and Australian tourist hotspot.
Did he want to make sure he was giving his best?
Yeah, he wanted a nice thick armpit hair. This is
got to be seen.
The man was joined by his family of 6, allegedly then left without paying after confronting the head chef, having ordered the restaurant's most expensive items, including a sizable tomahawk steak. Staff at the Pony Dining establishment posted the footage on social media, where other restaurant owners in the area soon responded with their own stories of being hustled by the same culprits. Hold on. Yeah. With one alleging the man left without paying after claiming to have found a small rock in his food, which he was later seen pulling from his shoe.
Those blooming onions can get expensive.
Dude, this man... It was a straight savage. He's just pulling from anywhere. His shoe, his armpit. He's throwing a little beard dust on top of the food, in an attempt to get a free meal here.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this? Is this an ethical decision?
Yeah. Well, of course not. First of all, I just need to acknowledge. I think Alex needs a chime. He said this story is the pits.
Yes,
and there it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome, bud. You're welcome. You earned it. Second of all, this was premeditated, dog.
Oh, yes.
I mean, this. I could. I saw the title of the in the agenda for the podcast, and I had the thought. If he got stuck with a $300 bill and he wasn't expecting it and he panicked, I'm going to have a little bit of grace.
That's a panic move.
Hold on.
He starts digging in his shirt. At that point, it's strong, right?
Yeah. It's like, and he's like, oh, what do I do? Armpit hair. At least
go gadget, armpit hair.
It's not okay, but at least I get where he was coming from. But this dude went into the restaurant to scam him.
Oh, no. He was comparing the hair.
It's a good thing he's not a swimmer.
Which one is
shave all their body?
Which armpit hair? Left or right
has a thicker base.
It's gonna get me more sympathy.
Does it have a bouquet? Like, is he sniffing?
He's like, yes, this one. Please, chef, smell this tomahawk steak that's 2/3 eaten.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
obviously this is an unethical move, which leads me to the next question. What is the most disconcerting thing you found in a restaurant meal that maybe caused you to quit eating or return it? Have you ever found something in your hair?
Yeah. I found hair in my food. As a matter of fact, fairly recently, Tiff and I were eating ice cream, and there was hair in the ice cream.
They call that a Southwest sprinkle.
And it's one of those things. Like, I've already come in contact with this. Like, I don't do you stop eating the whole thing? I pulled it out and I'm like, you know
going?
what? I did.
It's pretty good.
I was like, Lord, I trust you.
He's like, I started it and I plan on
Which
finishing
is funny
it.
because I'm an absolute germaphobe.
Yeah.
No, you're not, apparently.
I'm about to say, dude, you wouldn't even I accidentally sipped your drink one time and you were like, just keep it.
I know.
But here you are eating a stranger's hair in your ice cream sundae.
I removed the hair.
But his hair germs were still in there.
Were they? I don't know.
Well, you can't prove you didn't eat a hair.
Hey, when you freeze like germs? Are they still? Is it the same as heating it?
That's not the same.
No, they just go dormant until they start growing in your stomach.
Okay, all right. Well, I might have worms now.
Your stomach's going to grow a beard. Like, sir, there's a handlebar mustache in your lower intestine.
I've also had a bug.
Oh, yeah,
like a salad.
Ooh, but that's hard because I've had
their home.
Yeah, I've had bugs in store-bought salads from the bag. It's like that's what they do.
You're eating their home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one just didn't get the memo.
If a giant ate my house, he shouldn't be surprised to find me in it.
Exactly.
I was at a local Chinese restaurant and watched a roach run across the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. I got up and left.
Yeah, I've seen that in a Waffle House too.
Yeah, this was Waffle House. This was a Chinese restaurant locally.
Me and my dad used to eat at this hole-in-the-wall diner almost like 2 or 3 times a week. My dad was like one of the diner regulars. Yeah. Like he was the regular. You walk and see the same guy eating the same food every day. So we go to this place. But the thing is they didn't have, they didn't even have a real kitchen. They had like 3 residential stoves stacked side by side in the back.
Okay.
And it was a regular occurrence to get the cook's hair, beard hair in the food, and you just would keep going.
Well, don't you get if the guy's pulling pit hairs out and like
comparing them, dude?
But doesn't that kind of like does it even out for all the hairs that keep getting put in food? And so he puts like does that?
He's like it was going to happen anyway.
Well, eventually, I've had it happen before. This is payback.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but no, he's trying to steal.
He pulled a pebble out of his shoe at another place.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
You think something at some point he'd like look for cameras, right?
Yes, dude. If he was a pro, he'd just carry some like Curade Band-Aids and just like have them wrapped around his finger.
I watched a video one time of it was like a little documentary where a guy was confronting scammers, and he had gotten wind of a food scam like this, where a woman was doing the same thing. She was eating something, claiming that there was a rock or something hard in the food, and she had a fake tooth that she would bring with her and go and say, I ate your food and it broke my tooth.
Oh my gosh!
And then she would go through this whole process because insurance for a commercial establishment, the deductible is going to be like $5,000 or $8,000, and so but they'll be like, well, to fix the tooth, here's my dentist. They'd make a fake dentist bill, say the dentist said they'd do it for $2,500, and so they would just take $2,500 cash, but they set up a sting and they caught her, and then she ended up getting arrested. But she had the fake tooth. She had an actual chipped tooth.
You think if they would put that much energy into an actual job?
Thinking, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, they'd probably be successful.
Yeah.
They're creative, right? They're sticking to it.
Problem solvers.
I know. I mean, like, just go ahead and get a real job and stop scamming people,
So here's the deal, Sermonauts. Here's your next job if you feel like being creative. First off, don't pull any strange chest hairs and sprinkle it in your Waffle House waffle because it's already got it in there. So you knew what you were signing up for. But send us your worst restaurant find. Send us your worst restaurant find, your nastiest restaurant experience or whatever. Send it to notthesermon@gmail.com. If it's gross enough, we'll read it one day on the air. How's that?
Sounds fun.
Most merciful God, we confess that we have sinned against you in thought, word, and deed, by things we have done, by things we have left undone. We have not loved you with our whole hearts. We have not loved our neighbor as ourselves. We are truly sorry. We humbly repent. You know what that is?
It's
something Catholic.
Whose prayer is Augustine's prayer?
No, that's the prayer of confession from the Book of Common Prayer.
Book of Common Prayer.
And the reason I start off is because we're going to do a little bit of Pester the Pastor.
Yeah.
We need to change that from a bee to those little ladybug things. That is a part of the plague. Yeah. We are in the final days of the Book of Revelation. I think this might be the 4th cup of wrath.
I thought they weren't ladybugs.
There's Japanese beetles or something. There's a dead one right there. There's one that's been flying around. Yep. I've been taking your cue, and I've been absolutely finger booting them.
Yeah, I thump them.
Yeah, I mean,
I thump them in people's direction.
Yeah, finger, thump, bam, and I send them flying.
Because they are easy to kill.
Yeah.
And before y'all come at us and say, you're killing God's creation, look, these are pests.
They chew on you.
They will 100% bite you. These are not ladybugs. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
They are a different species, and they are invasive.
They are not eating aphids, my friend. They're eating me.
So, anyway.
So anyways, so this is a little bit of Pester the Pastor, where we talk about faith, life, culture, really anything we want, and we give you an answer from a pastoral perspective. And here's the thing. Here's something I've been dabbling with for over a decade. Never really went full force in, but sort of selectively, dabbled in.
Yeah.
And it's something called the church calendar. Are you familiar with that concept?
Yeah. It usually start with Advent.
Starts with Advent, which is Christmas season.
Right. And then Christmas itself.
It ends with Pentecost, basically.
Right. Yeah. Starts at Advent, ends with Pentecost, and in between is
That's
like
ordinary time.
Right. But in between there's like Lent. So after Advent, in there Lent.
So there's Advent, Epiphany, Lent, Easter, Pentecost, and then ordinary time.
Ordinary time, which means there ain't nothing special.
There's nothing going on, but you can party with all the saints. So anyways, so the church calendar, here's the thing. It's been around in at least in some basic form since like 200.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been around. Like, in fact, we're starting Lent. It's as of the time of this recording, it's Ash Wednesday.
Right.
Which is
I don't see any ashes on your forehead.
I'm going tonight, actually.
Okay.
I am.
Do you become super Catholic when you do that?
No. I'm not getting ash in a Catholic church. I'm getting ash at a Methodist church.
Okay.
A buddy of mine, shout out buddy of mine. Who's going to be doing the little ashing thing for me tonight and my family.
Does it make you Methodist then?
No. It just it's going to make me break out on a cross in my forehead. So I'm going to have pimples up there for the next.
Where do they get the ashes from? Do they just burn wood?
No, they burn palm leaves from Palm Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was like some dude.
So, anyways, so we're starting. It's Ash Wednesday. We're starting Lent. Lent is a season of humility and reflection where you are reminded that you came from the dust. You'll return to the dust.
And you usually give something up, a fast, right?
Yeah, it's an abstinent style
Which
fast.
This is funny that the Pope just suggested that everyone gives up talking bad about each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shouldn't we always do that?
Yeah. Well, here the cool thing about Lent is,
hey guys, you stop sinning for the next few days. Okay.
Hey, he was dropping bars. Shout out Pope Leo.
No, dude, I'm not mad at it. It's just funny that.
Yeah.
And I hear people like, I'm going to do that.
Well,
what about afterwards?
That's his way. That's his way of being pithy, though. He's like, you're giving up, soda, or you're giving up cream in your coffee. What you really need to give up is talking bad about people. So, but the Lent is really an abstinence-focused fast. It's really the fast where you give up something enjoyable. It's not necessarily food. Some people have done food, but it's a season where it's a season of repentance.
40 days?
40 days leading up to Easter.
Yeah.
And so this year, me and my family have decided we're actually going to go full force. I've decided this year that I'm going to celebrate the church calendar for the entire year. Yeah. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to
gluten-free all year.
No, I'm going to do the readings. There's readings and stuff associated. It's stuff like that. So, they follow. There's
caveman diet all year.
No.
This is like a slow transformation for you, isn't it? To be honest.
No.
Don't lie.
Dude, this is just me, dog.
I know.
I'm doing it, man.
I need you.
Hey, next year I might practice some new age stuff. That's just a joke. Everybody, it's just a joke.
Give yourself a sad trombone.
Whoa,
just
sorry,
to make sure
guys.
everyone knows.
But here's the deal. So, the church calendar is around. And here's one thing, if you follow the church calendar, you don't just celebrate Christmas on the 25th.
Yeah.
You celebrate it the whole month.
The 12 days of Christmas.
You don't just celebrate Easter on one day.
Yeah.
You celebrate Easter for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Pentecost, which, hey, we're Pentecostal theologically. And like you actually get to celebrate the day that the Holy Spirit came down.
Yeah.
And so the purpose of the church calendar is for the Christian to be reoriented around the story of God. Here's the deal. It's not a Catholic thing. It's not an Orthodox thing. It's not a Methodist thing. It's this idea that if you follow the church calendar, you relive the entire redemptive narrative every year.
Yeah.
So your life isn't centered around the Super Bowl or other various cultural holidays. It's centered around the story of God.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. Should Christians follow the church calendar? Yeah. I mean, and I mean this not from should Christians be Catholic? Should Christians be Methodist or Orthodox, whatever, Episcopal?
But is there a benefit?
But is there a benefit for the Christian to follow the church calendar? And here I spin back to you.
Okay. Great question. My answer would be it depends on how you use it and how you're doing this.
Well, it's true of many things, Jamie.
Well, exactly.
Including a gallon of milk.
Exactly. If you're using it to waterboard someone, you're misusing milk.
Yeah.
So can you imagine milk boarding someone?
Cow milk?
Yeah.
Milk
Have you ever had diet milk?
It's called 2%.
Yeah.
1%. So I'm sorry, I'm thinking about milk,
which is just water.
So the Cookie Monster is just loving it. He's like, yeah.
But so if someone is using the church calendar, the traditional church calendar, for their own formation, drawing near to Christ, then it's obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
Have I seen, and do I think that there are a lot of people that just go through the motions?
Sure.
Oh, it's Lent. I put the ashes on my forehead, but I don't change.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course there's some of that, right? Just like there's some of that in every denomination, in every sect and denomination of Christianity. So I think my heart, just being honest, has softened towards this.
Yeah.
I was brought up in a very independent, charismatic culture where it's like, we don't need a calendar. We worship Jesus every day.
You're not going to tell me what to do.
Yeah. And so I have the Spirit, and so I don't need...
I'm going to worship God at my desk right now. Yeah. Praise break right here at my desk. Sorry, I get to worship God whenever I want. I don't need your calendar.
Exactly. But now I've softened towards it, and I realize that it can be a very effective way of teaching people. Because look, when you celebrate Advent, you are teaching them anticipation of God's goodness. When you celebrate Christmas, you're celebrating incarnation, God becoming flesh.
Yeah.
When you celebrate Epiphany, you're celebrating the revelation of who God is in our lives.
Yeah.
When you celebrate Lent, it's repentance and it's denying yourself, which is super important. When you celebrate Good Friday, it's sacrifice. Easter, it's resurrection, and Pentecost is empowerment.
Yeah.
Man, that is the Christian life.
Come on, somebody shout.
That's the Christian life. And so so I've been asking myself, and a lot of it's your influence, Eric, is how can we...
Been peddling.
Become Catholic.
No. How can we connect our people and our church family to some of this traditional stuff that the church has been practicing for thousands of years, without going into what many would call dead religion, or just doing something to do it and checking it off a check?
Because you're right. And it's funny, reading some of the like Episcopal priests and people who celebrate their church calendar, one of the things that, just like we fight this overt sense of independence, they fight this dead religion too. Like there are priests and people in other denominations that are like, look, guys, stop showing up just for Ash Wednesday. Sit through the whole service and actually learn what it's about.
Right.
There was an issue in the Episcopal Church for a long time of people just showing up just for communion.
Right.
Because they thought, well, I got my communion, but they wouldn't sit through the whole service. Right. And so there was a lot of pushback in the church for that.
Right.
Too.
And that's obviously, we don't want form without substance.
Sure.
Right. We don't want a form of godliness, but denying its power, as Paul says. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we throw everything away in the name of, I feel Jesus now all the time, so I don't need the church calendar. So, we have been, our church, as an independent, non-denominational, charismatic church, we've never really done much, but we were going to do a Holy Week last year. It didn't work out just because of timing. But for the first time, we're going to have
we're going to do a Good Friday service.
We're going to do a Good Friday service. We're also going to do a
Christmas
Eve service for the first time this year. And so I do think it's important to connect people to not just the future in Christ, but the past that was in Christ.
Well, it's all you're circling past, present, and future in the church calendar. Right. Like you're celebrating the Exodus, but you're also anticipating the marriage supper of the Lamb. So, here's my hot take. Remove all of the trad bro stuff from it. Like, I just want to be like our fathers.
Yeah, smoking cigars and pipes.
Let's remove that for a second. And let me tell you what my biggest takeaway thus far this year has been through doing the daily readings and stuff like that. You are learning. If you want to learn the Bible, and you want to do it in small chunks that takes approximately 3 years to get all the way through, follow the church calendar. It tells you the story of God. It does it selectively too. Like it doesn't it doesn't get you lost in Leviticus. You stay in the Gospels. You're reading the Gospel stories. Like today, the Ash Wednesday reading was about Moses taking the Israelites into the wilderness, which is kind of what Lent is about. So, anyways, that's my take on it. I'm experimenting. Let me be the guinea pig.
I do think it's preferable that we teach our people to read Scripture and be Spirit-led. But the truth is, a lot of people don't read Scripture from a Spirit-led perspective.
Yeah.
They just want to be told what to read. In that case, why don't you follow what people have been doing for a long time?
Yeah. Or develop a faith that can do both.
Yeah,
which
sure.
is
you don't have to choose between the two.
Which is that's the purest form of faith.
Yeah.
It's this idea that I'm doing these things not to climb an external ladder, but to refill in me the Spirit, experiencing the Spirit of God day by day. If I want to be led by the Spirit of God, I need to know what the Spirit of God says.
Yes.
And that's what I think so many
or what
people,
He has said,
or what He has said in the past, so I can know what He would say in the future.
Exactly.
So I think it's an interesting conversation as we see the upcoming generation become more in tune with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you don't know, listener, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, there is a resurgence of faith going on in the young people in America, in the West, and a lot of what they are finding faith in is actually some of the traditions of the church, not the new independent, cool, seeker-friendly church model.
They don't want baptismal water slides, Jamie.
Yeah, no, they're not looking for.
They want to do the daily litany.
They're not looking for rock and roll concerts.
No,
right? They're looking for something that's deeper and more substantial.
I think we're also in a position as a church who is so shaped and formed by the charismatic movement of freedom and worship and hearing from the Spirit of God, because you know how the pendulum swings, right?
Sure.
The pendulum swings all the way to the end.
Right.
But I think, we're in a position as a church with influence and a younger congregation to keep the pendulum where it needs to be.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle, not swing back to, trad west Augustinianism and not go all the way forward to seeker sensitivity.
Right. Those are overcorrections.
Yeah.
Right. But embrace spirit and truth at the same time. Don't have them trying to duke it out and fight over your soul. There is truth, and we need to embrace truth.
Yeah.
We need to embrace spirit as well. And I think there is a way to draw attention to the church calendar and not that be our main form.
And not away from Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not that be our main form of discipleship, but maybe an aspect that someone can lean on if they need it. All right.
Whoa, we just got caught in free gravity. That was dangerous.
Germaphobes.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, our mics did
Our
touch.
mics just touched.
Oh, man. I'm going to get whatever you got.
It's not good.
Yeah. It's not.
Thoughts and prayers.
I'm going to just tell you, dude.
Thoughts and prayers, dog.
It is not fun. Whatever this is.
Whatever I'm living through, bro, you don't want any
Dude,
of
there's
it.
like a flu A outbreak right now. It's just taking the world.
B too.
Hey, can we rename flu A and flu B? I feel like that's far too segmented.
Like flu and flown?
Or just like flu.
I was diagnosed with Victoria.
Like the stinky flu, or like
stinky flu.
or
that has digestive issues with that one.
Or just like super bad flu.
Super bad.
Like we should do.
I think flu A is good, man.
We should name drugs and sickness and rhyme it with whatever it fluorrhea.
I have misdemeanor flu.
Misdemeanor and felony flu.
Yeah.
Felony flu. So A is felony flu.
Yeah.
Flu B is misdemeanor flu.
I'm
cool with that.
You're down for a couple days, but the felony keeps you're doing time.
It's still bad, but it's not going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
I like fluorrhea.
You can't buy a gun. If you get felony flu, you cannot buy a gun or vote.
That's true.
So yeah, guys, we want you to stay safe out there. Remember to wash your hands and don't share spoons in public. And thank you for listening to
Not the Sermon.
Thanks for listening. This podcast is a production of Victory Fellowship Church in Thomasville, Georgia. Eric and Jamie can be reached at emailing notthesermon@gmail.com.
Father to the fatherless, defender of the little kids, gracious and compassionate, wasn't, isn't